Hey guys, so Johnny here. I'm here to show you how to use Weapons Reborn. It's probably, well, not probably, it is the easiest way to make weapons in Gorn to ever come. And yeah, just a quick shout out to Meme Man. He is amazing. Thank you a lot. So then, anyway, we're gonna download both of these files. So then, if you just want to download weapon mods, you don't want to make a weapon, all you need is Weapons Reborn. None of the framework, just Weapons Reborn, which can be found there. So then we have the Weapons Reborn. So I'll show you how to do this. This first part of the video is just going to be downloading this. So you start the download, and it may say that it's dangerous. It is not at all dangerous. I promise you, you'll see it's all it's got is a. So then if I just drag it over here, you can see we've got a readme. So that's what I'm going to be going through. This is the installation, the assembly C#, and the actual mod. So if you go into your Gorn folder, which if you see, that's basically where it is. You're going to want to go into Gorn data, managed, and assembly C#. Just drag that in. I'm not going to, actually I will, just to show you. It'll say replace. I recommend making a backup of yours. I have my backup. Actually, I don't think that's a backup, but I think it's one of my modified versions. But yeah, it'll say replace either way. You just want to replace it. And then if you refresh, you'll see that it's right there. So yeah, and then you're going to want to go to your mods folder and just drag that in. I'm not going to do that because this is, my version. And yeah, it should come with that and that, which are basic weapons. You don't actually want them. Well, you can. The cube you don't really want. It's just it hits people, barely does any damage. But yeah, the reference sword is decent. It'll chop people, but it's not like the Tanto knife and the axe that I made, which I'll show you how you download them. So you go into the Gorn Discord, and you'll see these weapon mods section. Let me just turn my thing on, and you'll see these are the weapons currently out. That is not, if it doesn't state that it's for Weapons Reborn, then it probably isn't. This is for Weapons Reborn. I don't know why Meme Man didn't put that is, but all you need to do is download the file. If it's a zip, it'll have a one single file in it. So you download the axe, then you drag it into your weapons folder, which is in Gorny Weapons Reborn, and you can see they're all there. No need to set up just one single file. And yeah, you can have like whatever on here. It genuinely doesn't matter. That would work. The extension doesn't matter. So yeah, let's go back to here. Now then, the rest of the video and the rest is just gonna be me setting up Weapons Reborn for making weapons. There will be future developer modes to test your weapons properly and see, just like, so that you can like teleport straight to the arena without going, and stuff like that, and more developer things inside of Unity. But at the moment it's just this. So you're going to want to go to here, and you'll get the weapons framework. There's Weapons Reborn, by the way, for the mod, but there's the weapons framework, and you're going to want to download that. So here we go, here it is. So then I've got a folder set up on my desktop. So here we go, Gorn tutorial. And we're gonna get the weapon framework. This is a Unity project, not like an asset. I can't remember what it's called, but like an extension to Unity sort of thing. So then I have the zip here, and we're gonna drag the framework into there. This is needed to make a weapon. You absolutely need either a modified version of the framework, but if you've got a modified version, you also need a modified version of the DLL. But yeah, you just need this. You need a version of the framework. So we're just gonna wait until it exports. You know, I don't think I've meant. Yeah, I haven't. You make sure that you read this before reporting something not working. It shows you need to download the unit, what version Unity you need to download, the weapon template, what it includes, which I will be showing you how all of the things work. I won't be explaining every single option this does and how to build it. I will be explaining that, so this is just pointless at the moment. And common problems. These are very useful. And yeah, and just some future things. If you want to suggest something, come to here and click there and go to the form. And you can see that you can get to the documentation by going to my post and documentation and suggestions there. So it's pretty nice. So then what are we going to make? I actually don't know. I guess we can just go on the asset store and you can see we've got this exported. So you want to go in there, then assets and go into default.unity. This is the scene project, the scene file, and you want to open this. You don't want to edit anything in the framework unless you're making a customized version. Do not edit anything in here. If you're making a customized version, I'd recommend still separating it from this. And yeah, you'd also need to make your own assembly C#, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry about custom frameworks or customized version. We're just making a weapon. Just follow the instructions I give here. So then we have the exporter and all that stuff, and in here we have the example weapons. So then I've decided, let's make this reference axe work. It's basically the default axe. Actually, no, let's not do that. We'll find something on the asset store. We'll find a certain thing. I don't know what, but we'll find something nice to make. Yeah, so then we've got. It's very nice to look through this. Gives you a lot of information on the framework. How to make also I will be making a tutorial on how to make a scripted weapon very soon. It's slightly broken at the moment in the release that I've got at the moment, but it is still possible. It's just that it's going to be a little bit awkward to make. So the scripted weapon tutorial will come with the next version, which will be out in the next few days probably. Yeah. So and you can see we've got in the Unity project, we've got the reference sword which cuts. So if you have a look at this is basically how you want to set up your weapon. So you want a weapon base on there with your handle set there. And your handle has to have a rigid body, which the weapon handle does, and damage a rigid body isn't needed on the handle, but I do it just because it feels better. And then the blade, you have to have this sort of configurable joint. I'll show you how to set it up later, and you also want your mesh. But okay, so then we'll go to the asset store and I'll show you what we're gonna do when we get the mesh that we're gonna set up. Because I could just make the reference axe, which is the default axe model in the game, but I'd rather it be more like, fun and actually release the weapon. Because why not? If it's good, what's the point in not releasing it? So then this is one way of finding models. You can find tons of models for weapons on the internet, absolute infinite basically. So we're just gonna go there, and we want free assets for the moment. You can make some paid assets. We're gonna make a gun later. I don't think I'll show that on a video. I'll probably just make it myself. Okay, let's see. I don't know what to make. We could make a knife. Nah, let's make a wakizashi short short sword. So this is what we're gonna make. You can do this with absolutely any model. Stabbing is still awkward. I'm still trying to make it work properly. It's not an issue with the framework, it's just that I don't know how the game works with stabbing properly. So it'll probably be glitchy if you don't set it up properly. I'll figure out how to set it up and I'll release that probably with the next framework update. So then we're gonna get the prefab. So we've got a sheath for it. Let's just get that. Where is it? Okay, there it is. So then we're gonna want to. So here's how you go into the perspective view, and we're just gonna zoom in on it. Then we're gonna do that. We just want to size it up by quite a bit. I'm gonna rotate, but yeah. So then we also we don't want these colliders on it. I'll do the colliders myself. So then this is the mesh, and then we'll make let's just call this a katana for ease of use for people who don't want the full name. So then we're just gonna set the position to 0, 0, 0, 0, and then we can rotate that. Perfect. Now we're just gonna scale it up a little bit more just to make it look nicer. I'd say that's about a nice size. Yeah, that looks good. Very nice model, to be honest. Can't wait to see that in game. So then, on your root object, so we've got the mesh, then we've got this. We're gonna add we're gonna click on add component, and we're gonna add weapon base type. Do you have all of these? I don't think they really matter. They don't. It just changes how the Gornies react to your weapon. Weapon handle will be automatically set, but it won't be in the future, so I recommend getting used to setting it. So then we're gonna create a new game object and call this the handle. But it doesn't matter what order you put them in at all. You can put it whatever, you can call it whatever, but we just want to add a weapon handle script to this now, and you'll see it automatically adds a rigid body to it. So then we're gonna put set rotation, set position, and we're also gonna add an orient object. This isn't needed, but it is highly recommended. So you want the blue arrow to be pointing upwards, so your blade, and the green arrow to be facing backwards to where you want it to hold in your hand. So I want this to be facing. So if I was holding it out, that would be facing forward. So we'll put the green arrow facing backwards. Red arrow doesn't matter. So then in here we're just going to set orient to that, and we're going to hide the hand model because it looks a bit ugly on weapons. Don't know why. It's just its rotation is weird. Then we're going to set its position. It doesn't do it exact, so I always put it a little bit off where it's actually gonna where I actually want it to be. So yeah, that should be nice. That should be good. So then we're also then gonna add a blade. So then this can go there, it can go there, as long as it's a child. It doesn't even actually have to be a child of the thing, but we want to add a damage rigid body. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna make it cut, and it's gonna do damage. And we'll just make it do 1.2 for scale damage. That looks nice. Bonus velocity, no, we don't want any. But what we do want is a box collider, which we'll also add to. So we're going to go back into ISO. I don't know the name for this. But we're going to go back into this view. And we're going to add a collider to the blade. It doesn't have to be precise. That's what I must stress about this. Gorn's physics engine doesn't really care about precision. It's just as long as it fits, as long as it's decent, that's all that matters. Then we're also gonna add a collider. Let's see, capsule collider. That should do the best for this. And for fuck's sake. Okay then, we are gonna have to rotate the weapon handle. That's okay. Not okay. But we want that to be this. We want it to be at 0. Okay. So then we'll just set up the colliders again then. This is a bit of trial and error to get your colliders to fit. It doesn't matter what collider you use as long as it's a collider. And remember, it doesn't have to be exact, it just has to fit it. So I'm going to add a damage a rigid body. Remember, this isn't needed. This isn't needed at all. You just need to have a damage a rigid body on your blade. So we're going to make it blunt. And, well, the last thing we're going to want to do is add a, well, we'll sort all of this out first. So just set up your colliders and make sure that for the blade, it's either on the blade game object or a child of the blade game object. There we go. That all looks good to me. But there's one last thing we want to do. Oh, well, you should want to do. Let's just quickly reorient this because it's wrong. There we go. So, we need a configurable joint on the blade. Because this is a separate rigid body, we need it to be able to attach to the handle. You can set this up in different ways, but I'm just going to set it up by dragging this is the most basic way, by the way. So you drag your handle into your connected body, and you want to set that to locked, locked, and locked. Angular motion, memes said that you need it, but you don't. It doesn't matter. It's not really fully needed. So yeah. And then, now then, we're gonna start, well, building it. This weapon's ready. So we're gonna go in here. You don't need to do any of this. I just like it for organisation's sake. And we're gonna do katana. And we're gonna drag my katana prefab. So you grab it and you drag it. And we're gonna go down here. And we're gonna add a new asset bundle thing. And we're gonna call it katana. It doesn't matter. And if you want, you can add this part. I'm just gonna add wep. Just because it's nice. And then here's, oh, this part's dead hard. No, it's not. I'm kidding. So now you just go up to Gorn, build asset bundles, and you wait a bit. It'll build all the asset bundles in your assets, and then it'll put it into a folder, which I'll show you where that folder is in a minute, and then we'll test. But to test, I'll have to load up the Oculus program. So then it's built, it seems, and we'll go here and we don't see it. Why is that? Let's try build again. Okay. Why is it not building? Let's just try none. Okay, it has built, it's just not refreshing in there. So we've got the katana.wep and the new katana. So now, if you go to your framework and you go to assets and you see bundles, this should have appeared if it wasn't already there. And you go into there, and you should see your new weapon. So katana.wep was my first one, then I made it katana. So what you're now going to want to do is go into your weapons folder and drag that there. That's it. Now we can just launch Gorn, but I'll be back in a second because I need to load up Oculus. Well, I might as well just stay on, I guess, if I decide to edit this. I don't know what... Well, yeah, I guess if I decide to edit this, then I'll just cut this out, but it shouldn't take too long. It'll be a second, and then we'll test our weapon. It should work perfectly from what I've checked. If it doesn't, it won't stab because I haven't allowed it to stab, and stabbing physics are a bit weird at the moment. I'll need to sort that out. Yeah. But other than that, the katana should be great. Oh, a new release. Lovely. I'll download that in a minute then I'll download that in a second then after we've finished this video. And oh, you can see that it's loading the Oculus program. There it is. Got my Oculus Rift, and we're gonna play Gorn. So let's double check. Yes, katana.web. So it should spawn all of these weapons. They may be really close to each other because I did make it so they spawn on the Y +2, I think, every time it spawns. But it +2 isn't much, to be honest. It's not much at all, actually. So yeah, they'll be really close. The next update will make it so that they spawn further apart. Yeah. So yeah, let's just wait for Gorn to load. It does this sometimes and it's annoying. There we go, meme loader. Perfect. So we can see it's created the weapon spawner. This is what you'll use for debugging. It will tell you, I've added a lot of things to tell you if you've done something wrong. Like it. So I'll move it off. Actually, no. I'll keep it on screen for you guys to look at too. And I'll move that off screen. So yeah, so that you can see how it actually does things and how it should look if you have a once I've tested it.
The weapon in front of you is sharp. Show us your competence. Pick up the sword and salute us.
Okay, so then as you can probably tell, I'm going something wrong. Yay! So I'm gonna go over and see what I've done. Can I have more than one weapon handle a weapon? That's weird. I thought I only added one. I don't see why it would think that I've got more than one. So then we're just going to have a look now and see what we did wrong. So then this is good. Showing how to debug. So we've got one weapon handle. One weapon handle. Okay. I wonder what happened there, because you could tell that even my normal weapons weren't picking up, which is strange. Let's just test the katana. No other weapons. Okay, I'll be back with you guys in a minute.
Take up your weapon and salute! Obroki! Imro! Beta Romero esta es Rocky.
Okay, so then you can see there that it works pretty well, to be honest. So then, only problem that I could see was that it was sometimes phasing through through Gornies, so we're gonna have to fix that. And yeah, how do we fix that? Well, my guess is that it's that the colliders are clearly messed up, and it's not that. Maybe that's an issue as well. So we'll make it fit that more. The handle doesn't matter so much. That's fine. So we'll remove the prefab. So yeah, you guys are seeing a bit look into how I debug and how I make weapons, how I debug the weapons, and then yeah, I'll also show you me releasing it. So once that's built, we'll put it into the weapons. So then we'll go, here's my bundles. Let's just wait until it actually builds. Okay, it's built. So then we didn't build this as katana.wet this time. I'll just build it as katana. So I'll drag that in there. And then we'll launch Gorn. You know what, I'll change this to my Oculus my Oculus mic so that you guys can hear me. It won't be as good as this one. This one's a blue snowball, and then we've got obviously Rift audio, which you guys should be able to vaguely hear me at the moment. I'm going to keep it like this. I'll be putting on the headset, so I'll be louder, but it won't sound any better really, sadly. So yeah, I'm currently in a weird place in Steam VR. Lovely. Gorn is loading. So once I'm in that, going in here, and we're going to use my katana.
You think you have what it takes to survive? Win your first
Are you
challenge,
ready?
then you will become a
Oh, we've got to
fighter.
grab this 'cause it's not
Hold your
sure.
weapon and
I'm not
salute.
sure how you make them bend like this. I'll have to figure that out. I've seen the mesh, it's all one mesh. Yeah. That seems to be doing collisions much better. So you can see it still goes through them. But when it actually needs to do damage, it does. And it does it much better. You can also see that
Was that
it's not
difficult for you?
absolutely flying.
Do
so
you want to
we'll
quit?
go into
It would be
endless
easy.
so that I can use it more.
Go on.
And
The door
give
is
you a bit of
there.
a clip of me fighting with the katana. So it's just, you'll see that I can't see out at the moment. I'm in Steam VR loading zone. Oh, I hit someone. Oh no, I just touched that. So we'll go into the main. And we'll go there. And then we'll pick up the katana. I don't know why it's not freezing in midair. I'll fix that. So yeah, it's the first
Take up your weapon and salute.
frozen. It's the first release. It's buggy. It's not super buggy. But it's like so you can see that it now. So before, if I'd have gone like that, it would have probably hit them. But if I'd have gone like that, it probably wouldn't have. So you can see that I can do it in speed, push their limbs, do whatever. And oh, my controller ran out of battery. And my game just froze. Oh, okay. That's bad. Or is it bad? No. Yeah. This is a place I didn't know about. Pretty sure most people don't know about this. Hey, what's up? I don't think I can get out of here. I was hoping to give you guys some gameplay of the katana, but I can't really use it when I'm stuck in here. I'm a right control keeping in and out. There's no point in really trying to be honest. Oh! God. I can't. You guys can come in, but I can't leave. Yeah, my right controller keeps moving around. So, no point in even trying. So yeah, hopefully that is enough to show you guys how great and pretty easy, to be honest, it is to make a weapon. I could have done this in much less time if I'd have, well, if I'd have not been making a video and had to explain everything, and also not made a mistake that was dumb. So yeah, with your blade colliders, they can't be absolutely huge, like width wise. They can be pretty big, like length, but if it's width, it seems to glitch out a bit and not like use the collisions, like do them properly. So I'm just gonna quickly upload this. ML 1.0.3 small but great sword, perfect for wannabe ninjas. Well, let's just put requires weapons reborn and mod utilities, installation, drag into mod / Gorn's weapons reborn. I didn't mean to post it then, but it's fine. I'll have to screenshot in a second. So yeah, hopefully this video's been informative. If there's anything I missed out or anything you don't understand, then make sure to DM me on Discord. Yeah. Have a nice day, guys.